Morning and welcome to the channel. We're going to hit up a car show today called Kyusha Club in Central Phoenix. The word Kyusha translates to vintage car in Japanese. It's a term that I first learned through the Japanese Classic Car Show, which is a famous event out in Long Beach that's been going on for over 20 years. So today, the event is much more informal than that. The Kyusha Club is established here in Phoenix to run about every 4 to 6 weeks during the winter time. In the summertime, our weather gets a little crazy for outdoor car show programs. But in this case, the event is open to 2005 and older European and Japanese cars. Each time I've gone, I think I've taken a different vehicle. Today, the chariot of choice is my 94 Legend sedan. I've had this car since 2008, so what is that? 17 years. Long time I've had this car. It's got 168,500 miles on it. Now, if you're interested in watching more about this car specifically, I have a couple other prior videos on it. In fact, I did a pretty comprehensive video in 2018 when I hit 15 years with this car. So I won't intend to give you the complete backstory here, although I do want to update some maintenance items that I've performed with the car over the last few years and other adventures of that nature. And actually, aside from my high mileage 94 Legend Coupe, this is my second oldest car in terms of length of ownership, and I'm pretty attached to it at this point, despite the fact that it's only gotten about 36,000 miles in the time I've had it. I'll do a walk around video toward the end of this segment on current condition of the car, future plans cosmetically and mechanically. It is due and deserving of some refresh on the exterior. The paint has always been a little bit tired on the hood clear coat and the rooftop, so I think I'm going to take this down to the guys at Apex to see if they can either address just those areas or quote me on potentially a full respray. This car was built in early 1994, so it is 31 years old. By the way, I do have a new audio playlist today. I picked up some cassette tapes on eBay just for the heck of it. This one is Peter Cetera and Cher, After All. It's just a audio single. I think there might be all of 2 songs on there, but hey, nothing wrong with old school tech. Here's the venue. It's gonna start in about an hour, but you can see it's already filling up. I guarantee this place is going to be packed by the time it kicks off at 9 o'clock. I'm already seeing some familiar cars and familiar faces. What's up?
Well, they'll think it's a real one, but it's real.
We are just a little bit east, a couple blocks of Chase Field, where the Arizona Diamondbacks baseball team plays. And it's set up here along Madison Street, which is just a commercial district of downtown Phoenix that has cars parked on either side of the road, as well as kind of a central parking lot over there that I'll show you with music and food vendors and things like that. But I'll show you around a little bit and we'll check it out. Got to get a closer look at this four-wheel steer 90 Prelude. Always a fan of the first gen Lexus GS. This is a very clean example. Time to head out and head back to the house. I think it's my first time seeing a ZDX Type S on the road. What timing? Now it's time for the obligatory post-brunch walk-around video of the Legend sedan. This car has been remarkably reliable over the time that I've owned it, and it's a pleasure to get it out on weekends for an occasional stretch of the legs, as well as getting it out to the National Acura Legend meets and other events. As I mentioned earlier, I am going to be prepping to do some cosmetic reconditioning on this car. As you can see, the driver's seat is pretty worn out, particularly on the bottom seat cushion there. There's a tear kind of midway through there on the front portion. The passenger seat's in really nice shape. This car was owned first in the Chicago area, then it went to Utah for a little while, and then it's been here in Arizona since '08. So primarily garage kept. It does get out for occasions like shows and events like that. But other than that, this car lives a pretty sheltered life overall. The other area that I'm probably going to be addressing in the near future is this hood. So it's tough to tell in certain lighting, but it does have a pretty advanced degree of clear coat failure. in different angles. You can see it more so than others, but also you can very visibly see that the car used to have a protective clear bra here up front that was removed, so you can still see the line where that was. I'll highlight just a few of the maintenance items. This only goes back to 2020 because, like I mentioned, I did do a comprehensive video over the overall lifespan of the car as I've owned it about 5 years ago. But here's a look at the recent maintenance. So you can see a pretty heavy duty service was done in 2024, last year, about a year ago exactly, when I did the timing belt, water pump and drive belts over at Hanman Auto Care in Tempe, Arizona. Other than that, it's been pretty standard issue maintenance items. It looks like I have had to recharge the air conditioning a couple times, which I did myself. There's probably a leak somewhere in the system that I have not yet identified. Other than that, there are a few smaller things here, like the hood struts. I had to redo the tint on the driver window. Still finding some kind of sporadic audio system issues where I'll get a crackling noise out of the amplifier and sometimes limited sound out of one or more speakers. This is one of the cars that I did modify just ever so slightly back in the day. I added a Stromung exhaust system, hung onto the factory muffler just for future safekeeping, but I like the look of this, and the sound isn't overly intrusive or obnoxious. Give you a quick under hood glance. Nothing special going on here, just a factory fresh 3.2 liter Type 2 with 168,000 miles on it. Motor's never been rebuilt or overhauled, just regular maintenance with the known Acura Legend service intervals, things like cooling system maintenance, as well as particularly the EGR system, which tends to get clogged up on these, something that you have to address somewhat regularly to keep things in tip-top shape. Anyway, I think that's a wrap for my quick visit to the Kyusha Club Car Show, as well as an update on the 94 Legend GS 6-speed. Thanks for checking it out.